There's nothing more frustrating than getting your soft plastics tails bitten off by pufferfish, pinfish, or even ladyfish. It's one of the most frustrating things that us anglers have to deal with, but I wanted to show you guys a really cool video where I actually lost the tail of my paddle tail mid-retrieve and was still able to catch a really nice redfish just by adjusting my retrieve. And then I subsequently caught even more fish with the tailless paddle tail. All it requires is a slight adjustment to your retrieve and just understanding the dynamics of how your lure is going to be worked underwater. And I'm going to be showing all that to you guys today. So even when those pufferfish and pinfish are tearing up your plastics, you can still get onto those really nice fish. So the way that we work paddle tails before the pinfish and puffers tear them up is just a straight constant retrieve, adding in some pauses and maybe even some twitches to attract those strikes as we cover ground. But when you lose the tail, you're not going to be able to fish it as fast. So what you need to do is slow down your presentation and add action in a different way. Again, if we look at some of the other lures that have this straight body design that would look like a paddle tail if it had lost its tail, is something like the Little John. In fact, we did a review on this recently if you guys want to check it out, and the retrieve is almost exactly the same. What you're going to do is just a twitch pause with your wrist, and to show you what that would look like underwater, again, the twitch pause to get those erratic actions, that's going to get those fish to key in on the lure, and then the drop is going to give them time to strike. So when you get out on the water and one of those pinfish or puffers bites the tail off, all you need to do is slow down that retrieve and adjust it. And to show you guys what that would look like on the water, let's go ahead and take a look at this footage. So as you guys can see here, I'm just fishing over your average grass flat, and I still do have the tail on the paddle tail that I'm fishing. So just a constant retrieve, mixing in some stops and pauses and twitches to try and attract some strikes while I'm fishing, but mainly just a constant retrieve, which does end up producing a strike for me, does produce a pretty solid little trout here. But again, that's how you're gonna fish the paddle tail while you still have the tail on it. As you can see, that paddle tail definitely still has the tail, and as I continued to fish this flat, still again had that tail. But midway through the retrieve, I felt one of those textbook pinfish taps, and I had a feeling that I might have lost the tail on my paddle tail. So you see me slightly adjust my retrieve, starting to do a couple taps here. I did get a little bit distracted by a redfish that was shooting off, but was starting to adjust my retrieve and immediately got a hit after I started doing those twitch pauses. So knowing that I had gotten kind of tapped up by a pinfish, and I did have my suspicion confirmed here when I landed this red, I had definitely lost my tail when I felt that pinfish, and luckily I was able to make that immediate change up and still get that action while there was a redfish in the area. So if you're ever unsure, you can always start to do that retrieve, and it definitely can pay off. But I continued to fish with this just to see if I could produce fish with that twitch pause retrieve, and as you guys are going to see here, you definitely still can produce fish without the paddle tail. So as you guys saw, even when the tail got bitten off, I was able to catch some nice fish, but I've also been in situations where I have taken the tail off and been able to get onto some nice reds that were keyed in on small shrimp, small shad, just because I needed a smaller profile, not the actual baitfish profile, and it actually works really well, even if you're the one that takes it off. So just know, whether it's bitten off or you pull it yourself, you can still catch a lot of fish with paddletailless paddletails. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to learn some more awesome fishing tips, I highly recommend you join us in the Salt Strong Insider Club. So if you're new to Salt Strong, just know that we're the best online fishing club in America because we literally guarantee that you'll be catching more fish in less time while saving money on your tackle. We do this by providing you with premium education, an exclusive online fishing community, and access to group discounts on the best saltwater fishing tackle. To learn more, go to saltstrong.com. We hope to see you in the Insider Club family soon.